So there's always this question, and I was asking it myself when I started my self-improvement journey. And this question is if I can play video games when I'm on self-improvement. And like, if you're here just for an answer for someone totally unqualified to give you this answer and like someone totally random, my answer is yes. So now you can leave. If you want to know why, then stick around, because like I'm going to give you a little story which happened like yesterday, so a pretty fresh one as always on this channel. So the thing with self-improvement is that once you start your self-improvement, like the like early stages, you probably are not even aware that you're doing something called self-improvement. At least that's the case for me. Only later I discovered people like Hamza, Andrew Tate. So you know, at the beginning you're not probably even aware of the quest that you have right now. But then when you're like maybe a couple of weeks or months in, you will sooner or later discover different kind of people like Andrew Tate, like Hamza, and I literally cannot name you any more examples because I have this blank page on my mind right now. But these are the kind of guys that will tell you that video games will destroy your life and all of that stuff. And basically 99% of people will almost instantly go like, yeah, that is true, like, bro, you cannot play video games if you're wanting to self-improve yourself, like, that is degenerate, that is cringe, that is, you know, all of that bad things about it. But I just want you to know that these people, Hamza and Andrew Tate, let's stick to those two examples, they are operating on the another level. Like, you cannot compare yourself and your stage to those people, because like Hamza is making, I think recently when I counted it, because like I want to count, I mean I like to count how much people are making actually from their product. So his product is like his private community. Like recently when I counted it, it was like 120k per month. That's a lot, like it's in millions per year. Andrew Tate, I don't know how much money he is making, but like it's like 100 times more. So you know, that is just unbelievable amount of money. And yet you're still trying to compare yourself to those people. Like, no offense to you, but if you'd be making this amount of money, you would probably be not on the side of the screen that you're right now, but you would be in my place, in not like in a wild, but in a studio, and you'd be probably recording right now something like Iman Gadzhi does, so this 7-day course or something like that, which at the end is trying to sell you some paid program, or you know, you understand. So you wouldn't be watching my video if you were on the same level. That is the truth. Again, no offense to you, but like, you understand. I hope you're intelligent enough to understand. And so once again, you are listening to advice of people who are not on your level, and that is actually making me, who is not making any money at all right now, because I obviously spent all of my money that I made on this thing, on this plot. Totally true. On this land, I should call it. No, anyways. So I'm maybe you are making more money than me. Like, I mean, even if you're making $1 per month, it's still more than me. but still I'm like way closer to you than Hamza or Andrew Tate. So yeah, when it comes to our question, if you should play video games, if you can play video games, I think yes, you can, even if you're self-improving, but sometimes you shouldn't. Now, listen, for some of people, I mean, some people don't really care about making tons of money, and for them, the definition of self-improvement is having like an awesome physique and just going to the gym, because we all think that self-improvement is focused on, first of all, relationships, wealth, and fitness, but it's like the general idea. However, like some people are just focused only on making money, or some people are only focused on gaining in the gym. So that is the difference, because like first of all, if you are only focused, if your definition of self-improvement is only about developing a nice physique, I don't think that there's anything wrong with you playing video games, because I mean, don't want to tell that what else is there to do, because there are a lot of things. You can have like other hobbies and stuff, not money related, but they can be. So there are tons of things that are much better than playing video games. That is for sure. But like, the same thing goes for this person who's only focused on making money. You cannot grind all the time, just as like you can be in gym only for a certain amount of time. If you'll be there longer, you can actually injure yourself and it won't be worth it. The same goes for making money. You cannot be sending too much DMs, let's say cold outreach, for in a single day, because you'll either get tired or banned, so that is not worth for you. You cannot be pushing yourself all the time, because that will lead you to burnout, and I already talked about the actual danger of burnout on this channel. You can watch that video if you want. So you cannot be always focused 100% on your goal, let's say that. You should have like a healthy balance, and if you have this healthy balance, there is time in your day when you are not doing anything, like you don't have any plans for this time, and it can be like 3 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, anything, but then you can dedicate this time for basically whatever you want. You can go outside and all of that stuff. Now, here's why I think you can play video games, but there are like scenarios where you shouldn't. So you can play video games because if you are working out, let's say, and especially when you're doing calisthenics, you are probably already outside if the weather allows you to do that, and you're already physically active. So if you then go back home, lay down on your bed and like rest for a little time, and you're like, okay, now I don't have anything else to do, but I cannot play video games because Andrew Tate said that they will destroy my life, and I have to really do something else. So the only thing I can think about playing video games is to go outside, and then you force yourself to go outside. It is not good for you, because like you'll be just wandering there, and it will be no different than laying in your bed and actually resting. Actually, in this scenario, I think laying on your bed would be more beneficial, because then you would just have more time to regenerate. But like you're still using your body and you're forcing yourself to do that. That is not great for you. The same goes if you're just making money, just want to make money. Like if you force yourself, and then you'll be like, Okay, so I did what I wanted. I accomplished my daily goals for today, but now I would like to read a book, for example. Well, now it depends on how you perceive this book, because if it's like a self-improvement book, you're just constantly feeding your brain with this self-improvement, which is like, it is good for some time, but after this time you'll be just, you'll feel tired and just overwhelmed. Like, you'll be forcing yourself to take up this next self-improvement step in your journey. So you don't want to do that. I don't think anything in life should be forced. Like, if you genuinely think that you would like to read this book right now, okay, just take it and read it. If you feel like going outside, just okay, go outside, like, but don't force yourself to do anything. And if you're like, man, I don't really want to do that, but here's the thing, you have to first of all have your daily goals accomplished. So if you are like done with all the work that you had planned for today, and there's still time for you, I think you can actually use the time to play video games, because if you're truly dedicated and you truly are on self-improvement, this free time will be up to 3 hours, and that's on like rare days where you really like focused and did everything well and quick. On other days, if you're like truly focused on your goals, you won't have that much time, really. You will have only like maybe 2 or 1 hour. And so playing this much of video games, and you won't have this free time every single day, because life happens, and like, if you have your main goal as your priority, there will be days when you will have those 1 or 2 hours of free time where you don't really want to do anything but just play games, and that is okay to then use this time to play video games. But like, the issue happens when you're playing like more than that. Like, obviously if you have like 1 day of totally just playing video games, but then you are able somehow, because it will be hard, let me tell you, it will be really hard, but if you're able to recover and come back to doing the stuff that actually matters after this 1 day of totally gaming, well, it is fine. Like, bro, you're here in the game, back in the game after all, so that's fine. And unless it is not fine when you're doing it for every single day, and when you're playing 8 hours a day, and like, that is why video games can actually damage you. Because now here's the story. A friend of mine, he's working with me on the business. He was meant to send just 50 DMs per day. 50. It takes, I mean, with that script that we had, it would take him an hour, but like, usually if he focuses, it can take as little as like half an hour. And still, I gave him like 10 days to do that. He didn't send anything, like any single one. And what I heard about him from my other friends, which are obviously gaming and all of that stuff, was like, yeah, we're actually playing games with him, and you know, all of that stuff, all these stories. And like, I was like, okay, I mean, so he's playing video games, but he's not sending any messages, and he is not doing something that should be his top priority, basically. Because it's not like I'm, you know, keeping his family in my basement and trying to force him to do that. I just asked him if he wants to. He was like, yeah, okay, that's cool with me, I want to do that. So no, it's not like I was forcing him, but like, if he agreed, I would expect him to send those 15 messages, and that's not a lot. Like, you have 24 hours in a day, and yet you can't dedicate half an hour because of video games. what is the problem? What is this situation where gaming is a problem for you, and you have to maybe not completely cut it off, but like cut it off step by step, you know. For myself, since I'm focused on both things, so making money and developing a great physique right now, it's like, for me there's no time. It's not like I'm totally against video games, and there are actually days when I'm like, bro, I would just freaking sat down and like play all day long, because I haven't played for any single game for a year now, almost a year. And so I'm like, bro, like maybe just one day or anything like that. But then I remember I cannot do that because my daily tasks, they are not accomplished. They are not completed, sorry. So I cannot, because like, as I told you, you can play games when you have free time after completing your daily tasks. If I didn't complete my daily tasks, I cannot boot up any video game, because then it will be actually degenerate, and it will stop not stop, but slow down my progress. So yeah, like for me, I'm not playing video games not because I feel like they are, I think like they are terrible and they are destroying my life. I'm not playing them because I really don't have time for them, because I have to get up at 5 a.m., go to school, come back to school from school, and work out and work on the business. So when I just look around, it's already night, and I still have to then go to sleep and make sure I have enough sleep to function properly the next day. So that is basically the reason why I am not playing video games, but I'm not against them. I think if you're like playing video games in the right way, so you have this limit of a couple of hours, like 1 hour, 2 hours, and you are not overdoing that, and you are not addicted to video games, it's okay to play them, especially when you're playing like strategy games or anything like that, because I think they actually can improve some of your senses. So for example, playing CSGO, this could actually develop your reaction time, and it has been proven. I'm not even sure if these were like studies made by legit companies, legit scientists, but like still it's kind of true. Like you can actually kind of see that for yourself. But when you're playing some kind of game, when you are, especially these warfare games, where you have to notice an enemy in like some kilometers from your location, like a sniper in a window, you can just notice one single pixel, and you know that it is a sniper, and it can actually be useful in real life. That's what I think. So I think that's all that I had to say. You can actually let me know in the comments what do you think about it, because I'm curious, but if anyone has like the similar views. Obviously someone has, but like if you're watching this video and you feel the same as me, it would be cool to know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Keep grinding.